Hi everyone, welcome to our session on custom LWCs and lightning types in Agentforce default in Lex. First of all, thank you to everyone who made it to the session here, and thanks to everyone who's watching or listening to the video. We are thrilled today to show you some very exciting features and enhancements that we have been working on Agentforce default UI customization in the year 2025. We have a lot of demos today and a lot of sneak peeks into what's coming up in the year 2025 for you. Quick reminder, as always, we do make forward-looking statements in the presentation. What that means is we don't just talk about the features that are already in your hands, but also the features that are in development right now. Since some of these features are in progress, there is inherent risk associated with them. So you should make your purchasing decisions based on the product that's currently available. And now that the legal stuff is done, I really want to thank all of you. Thanks for being our Salesforce partners, customers, developers, and admins, and for using Salesforce and Agentforce in your use cases and your businesses. Your feedback really matters to us. It helps us product managers prioritize a lot of things and create our roadmap and also make our features better. So please do keep providing that to us. With that, I'm Shreya Jha. I'm the Director of Product Management at Salesforce.
Hi, I'm Ravi, Lead Software Engineer in Platform in Salesforce.
Awesome. So the feature that we are going to show to you today is built on top of Agentforce default. Before I move any forward, how many of you here have heard about Agentforce? Can I have a quick show of hands? Wow, that's like everyone. That's amazing. And how many of you have already worked on Agentforce in some way, shape, or form in your businesses? Wow, that's a great number too. So just iterating a few features of Agentforce default. It's built in trust. We have an entire trust layer dedicated to Agentforce default, and then it's grounded on all of your data. That means it works out of the data that you have in Salesforce or get that data into Salesforce. It is there in your flow of work. What that means is Agentforce default makes sure that the agent is present in every Salesforce app. It's there in your sales app. It's there in your marketing apps. There are also Agentforce employee agents coming in, which will help you create specialized employee agents for your businesses. There's a session going on for that tomorrow in the morning at 9. So please do try to attend that session if you're interested in the topic. But our features work very closely with Agentforce default today, and they are also going to work seamlessly with the upcoming Agentforce employee agents. Agentforce default is powered by an extensible UI framework. What that means is we don't just offer out-of-the-box solutions. Yes, we are offering a lot of out-of-the-box and standard solutions, but you can also bring in your customizations in the Agentforce panel. And there is extensibility. Whatever customizations you're building are all distributable, and you can distribute them on App Exchange. So a quick overview at agent actions. You guys must know about this. There are some standard actions in Agentforce. There are platform actions which cut across all Agentforce clouds. And then there are Agentforce cloud actions. These are the actions offered by Service Cloud or Sales Cloud or Marketing Cloud and so many other clouds. So you should practically have an agent for every use case that you want to work with. And then there are custom actions. So you can bring in your prompt templates, flows, external services, and apexes, all of these classes into Agentforce as custom actions. Now, this is where you come into play. You bring in your power of innovation, and you customize Agentforce for your businesses to make it most impactful for you. And with all of that context, are you an Agentforce developer or an Agentforce user or an Agentforce admin who's ever looked at an Agentforce response and you understand the response is correct, but you're like, is there a way to make this response look a little better? And if you're that person who's actually looking for this kind of customization, this session is really for you. We have something for you that is custom LWCs and lightning types in Agentforce default in Lex. So this feature was dev reviewed in TDX in San Francisco, so it's been 2 months. And I'm super excited to announce that it's going GA in summer 2025. Now, for those of you still wondering what exactly can I customize and where, first of all, I love the attention to detail. And second, Agentforce default is your Agentforce for your internal users. It's there on all of your Salesforce apps. What we are allowing you to customize is the responses from Agentforce. And we are going to double click on this again. But what you're able to customize are the Agentforce responses to your internal users on Agentforce default. Going forward, it's going to be Agentforce employee agents as well. Now, a quick walkthrough of the agenda. We are going to be talking about some standard terminology. I've been using some terms. I'm going to explain all of them. We're going to keep using them in this session as well. Then we are going to double click on the problem statements that we are solving. And then we are really going to explain the solution, how we are solving this problem statement. Then we go through the demo where Ravi walks us through in detail, end to end, how all of it is working for all the developers in the crowd to really understand how this can all be executed. And then there are dev preview features that we'll talk about. Then we go ahead and talk about our GA feature enhancements. And then finally, we end it with our roadmap. I hope you all are excited about this session. Let's get started with the Agentforce terminology. So these 4 terms that you see over here, we're going to be using them across our session. The first one is an utterance. This is a simple one. This is everything that you ask the agent to do for you. The second one is an agent response. Whatever the agent says to you, if it wants an input from you, if it shows an output to you, all of those are agent responses. In desktop, these responses are rendered through LWC components. So all of the responses are wrapped in LWC components to make sure they are presented in the way that they have to be presented. And lightning types are the input or the output data types of these Agentforce responses. What that means is, imagine I'm trying to book a flight and I say, I want to book it for this date, which is a data type. And then I say, this is my origin city and this is my destination city, which are my string data types. So things as simple as these data types are represented in Salesforce Agentforce default as lightning types. These are basically just JSON data types with Salesforce goodness. And we're going to double click on the Salesforce part very soon. And now think about the response that the agent will give you. Agent is going to respond in a list of apexes, in a list of flights, right? It's going to show you a flight response, which will have a flight ID, flight name. It'll have the price of the flight, the discount on the flight, whether pets are allowed or not. So this, we are talking about a very complex data type, but it's wrapped in a custom apex. These custom apexes can also be referred to in lightning types today. And now just double clicking on everything that I just said. So every agent action input and output is represented as a lightning type. Every lightning type has a schema. The schema helps with the validation of the data. So it makes sure that your input and the output to the agent are always valid. What it also does for you is we saw that there are different types of actions that you can bring in Agentforce, right? There can be an apex action or a flow action or a prompt template action. And imagine for one utterance, for it to run end to end, if four different actions are executed in the end to end. Lightning types make sure that all of these systems understand each other and that all of your utterances are worked till execution flawlessly. What they also allow you is to bring in your own customizations. So today, a lot of Agentforce Cloud, a lot of Salesforce Cloud today bring in different components. They can be input components where Agentforce is asking for an input. It can be a simple text editor, or it can be a drop-down list, or it can be a select list or a checkbox, etc. Right? All of these components will come in the editor file of a lightning type. And then there are renderer files. You can see charts, pie charts, bar charts. You can see list of records. You can see single records, etc. And all of these are in the renderer file of a lightning type. Now going forward, now that we were talking about the components, just extending on it, we have hundreds of components in Agentforce, just showcasing different types of components. The first one that you see here is a confirmation component. It's an input component because here Agentforce is asking for a confirmation from you. The next one that you see is a simple list of records where you can see a list of records. The third one is again a list of records, but here an agent is actually asking for an input. Which one of these do you want? So it's an input component again. And the last one that you see is a custom Apex component that we have. These are all out-of-the-box components. And Salesforce really invests very heavily to make sure that your experience on Agentforce is really nice. However, what is not possible for Salesforce is to solve the specific problems for your businesses. And now double-clicking on this problem statement a little bit. So custom apexes are defined by your business. If you're a flight booking company, you will have flight responses. If you're a hotel booking company, you'll have hotel responses. If you're a car manufacturer, you'll have a car catalog. And if you're a beauty manufacturer, you'll have a list of beauty products, right? So custom apexes are pretty much dependent on your business. And how you want to represent it is something that the customers can control the best. So when I render a custom apex, if you look at this component, it's generic enough to practically render everything for you, but it's not specific enough to get the job done for your users, right? And similarly for the inputs, when agent needs some inputs from you, it'll just ask you to type it in the window. Now it depends on the user, on how the user wants to give this input to you. Imagine you had to validate and store this data in your database. It is definitely a nightmare, right? So the solution to this problem is what we're going to be talking about today. Previously, as I showed you, that this is a list of flight which gets rendered through the out-of-the-box component. But now you can bring in your custom LWCs. And just looking at it, just because I'm so comfortable with reading this output component, I know exactly what to see, what is the most important thing for me, and I can go ahead and take that action. So this is what we are offering to you through this feature. This level of customization of bringing your own LWCs and making sure that your users of Agentforce can actually make sense of every response that they get and take action on every response wherever required. And similarly for the inputs, you can see that now you can put in your forms. You can have your own validations. You can make sure you only collect the data that you want from the users by showcasing them in the right format. And with that, I'll hand it over to Ravi for a quick demo.
Thank you, Shreya. So now let's see an example. We'll create the Apex-based agent action. We'll see the execution of the action, and we'll see how to override the user interface for input and output. I have an Apex class called flight agent, which has invocable method called flying flights. These actions take a couple of inputs as attributes, and then it returns us a list of available flight to us. I have some hard-coded data here, but please ignore this hard-coded data. Assuming like this particular action is getting a data from some service or from the DB. Let's create an Apex action on top of this Apex class. So I have already created an action, which is a find flights. As I mentioned, like it has 4 inputs, which is a lightning date type for date of travel, and then it has a filter, which is at the Apex class flight agent filter. And it is returning an output is at that Apex class type available flight. Let's create a topic now and then assign an action to it. I have already created a topic called find flights and already assigned an action to it. Let's ask agent give an utterance to it. I'm giving it a find flight as an utterance. Let's see what it replies to us. Yeah, it is asking for a couple of input from us, which is origin city, destination city, date of travel, and the list of filters, which are the optional. I'm feeding all this data. Let's give all this data and submit, and let's see like what it returns to us. Yeah, it has written a list of available flight to us. But you see the response we have got is not that user-friendly, not readable. How do I understand this response? Let's go to our Apex class and understand like what is this response which we got. So let's go to the Apex class and see what is there in the flight. I can see flight ID, number of layer, each pet allowed, and discount percentage. Let's go back in the response now. Yeah, looks like 20.2 is the discount percentage, IX2814 is the flight number, and then pet allowed false, and then price of the flight, and then arrival and departure time. So you see like the response we have got is not at all readable to end user. So how do we like create a own LWC component and override this response so that the end customers will be able to understand this? So let's go to the Apex class first and understand what was the Apex class we have created for this particular actions. Yeah, the response we are returning is at that Apex class types available flight. Let's go back and see what is the available flight. Available flight has a flight object. So I have already created SFDX projects. I am now creating a custom lightning type for our use case. So we have schema.json here, which is pointing to at that available flight, which is the output of our action. And then it has a folder called lightning desktop JNAI, as CLT is only applicable for desktop agent. So that's what the target is, lightning desktop JNAI, and it has render.json file. This render.json file has a renderer, component overrides, and it has a definition for flight details. We are doing it for output, that's why the render.json file. If we do it for input, it will be editor.json file. Now you see the component here, flight detail, it's my own component which I have created to override the user interface. Let's go to the LWC component also. It has a jsmeta.xml, and in the jsmeta.xml you can see the target. So target is lightning Agentforce output. As we are doing it for output, it is a lightning Agentforce output. If you do it for input, it will be lightning Agentforce input. And then it has couple of files, which is JS file. It has my custom logics I have written for calculating arrival and calculating the flight timing, and then and also accepting some inputs for a flight booking. And I have my HTML. This will get rendered in my bot. So let's deploy this, both the things like LWC component and then CLT with the help of SF project deploy start command. I'm deploying two things. I'm deploying LWC component flight details, and then CLT also. You see like both the components are deployed now. Let's go to the agent page. Let's refresh the page and see like is there anything coming in the output rendering sections. Yeah, let's go and click on the output rendering. Yeah, I can see my flight response, which is the custom CLT I have created. Let's save it. Go back to the agent page now. Refresh the agent page. Yeah, And let's give the same utterance which we gave previously, which is a find flight. And let's see like what it returns to us. Yeah, it is asking for the same input. Let's give all this data and then see. Let's give the data and then submit it. Let's see what it returns to us then. Let's submit. You see the response. This is like pretty readable, and I can make it out like what is this IX is the flight ID. This the amount of the flight, and then how much time it is taking, departure time, arrival time. Everything is like is readable. And also I did some modification to the HTML where I am taking the booker flyer information, which is first name, last name, mobile number, and the email. He can submit the booking, and then the next action will get called to book the flight. The way we have created custom CLT and then overridden the user interface, we can do it for input also. We did it for output, we will do it for input also. So filter is my at that Apex class types in the input, and the UI is looks like this for now. Let's go to the VS Code and create a CLT for flight filter also. So flight filter has a editor.json and schema.json. Schema.json is pointing to a flight agent filter, which is our Apex class output. And then it has editor.json file where I have my LWC component. This LWC component has target for Agentforce input. And then it has JS, HTML. In the HTML, you can see like I have added my custom label, and also I have validations added there, like the price should be between some range, and then also discount percentage should be in some range. Now let's deploy both these components via sfcli command. So we'll be using sf project deploy start command and deploying both the components, which is CLT and LWC. Both the things are deployed. Now let's go to the agent page. Let's refresh the agent page first, agent action page, and let's see like in the input and rendering, are we getting an options to override with the help of our custom CLT? Yeah, flight filter is there. Let's select the flight filter, save the actions, go to the agent action page, agent builder page, reload the page, and let's give the same utterance we gave previously, which is find flight. Let's see what it returns to us. Yeah, now here you see like the price and discount percentage is the custom is via our custom lightning type and custom LWC component. Here I have added couple of labels to discount percentage and then the price. Let us give the details, and also I have custom validations there where if I am giving a value between below 1000 or over 20,000, it is giving me some validation. Also same thing, same validation, similar validations is there for a discount percentage also. Let's submit it now with the valid values. Yeah, let's submit it. So now in this example, we have overridden user interface with the help of custom lightning type for input and for output also. In the output, we have added some more HTMLs where flyer can give his detail and book the flight. This is how we will be able to override a user interface with the help of custom lightning type for input and output both. Over to you, Shreya, for next.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Ravi, for your amazing demo. So guys, everything that we are showcasing you is already there in your hands. You can practically start using it right now. It's a PM-enabled dev preview. I wanted to just summarize the steps that Ravi took, just so that it doesn't become too much for you guys to consume at once. He already had a custom Apex class because that custom Apex class was used as an Agentforce output and an input. He created a custom lightning type. He had custom lightning web component. He created it for both the input and the output. He had a lightning type referring to the Apex class in the schema file and the custom LWC in the editor or renderer file, and he just deployed that metadata. Once he deployed that metadata, it was available on the agent action page. It was available as a candidate type. Why we call it as a candidate type is it's practically the same Apex reference class. It is just having a different rendition. So it becomes a candidate type to your action. Once you do that mapping, you can just test it out and it's ready to use for you. It's really that simple and it's really this powerful. And the benefits obviously shout out for themselves, but just calling some of them out. The formatting is definitely rich. You can, there is better readability, there's better UX. But what all of this comes back to is now your agent becomes more usable. You're sure that the customers, whatever your consumers are trying to achieve with Agentforce are achievable options. What also happens with that is people talk to agent less. They are more efficient with how they interact with their LLMs, right? And therefore, you just reduce the cost of usage of your Agentforce in general. And with that, like I told while we start, we announced this feature as a PM-enabled dev preview in 2 months back in San Francisco TDX. And we have 30 plus partners who have worked with us as early adopters. They are bringing in amazing solutions. They have bar charts, bar charts, tables. They have component previews. They have many different kinds of solutions. Really top of mind for me are all of these wonderful recommendation components, and like everyone's showing their power of innovation using this feature. The good thing is that now that you guys know about it, you can get it enabled too. I'm the PM on the feature, so you can just reach out to me and I can enable it in your developer orgs or sandboxes to try it out. It is going GA with summer 2025, so it's going to be there in your production in almost 2 months from now. And the features in developer preview, like we said, the entire CRUD lifecycle is already supported for you. CRUD is also supported to CLI commands to make sure that your developer experience is great. And the end-to-end integration with Agentforce already exists. And about the GA enhancements, as soon as it got into the hands of partners and they started building these very cool solutions, they wanted to package them and distribute them on App Exchange. So we are opening up 1GP and 2GP packaging with our GA. We also have source control support for custom lightning types for developers. And we have the setup UI where you can view all the new CLTs that you're creating. Now I'll just pass it on to Ravi. All of this code is just coming in your hands and Ravi is going to demo it to you right now.
Let's see how to package custom lightning type now. Custom lightning type is individually packageable. Also, it is packageable with the GenAI function. So if you are using custom lightning type in your GenAI function and you want to package both the things, action and your LWC component and the custom lightning type, it's all packageable with the help of first generation managed packaging and then second generation packaging also. You can do a managed package and unmanaged package also for a custom lightning type. I have created a package and let's click on add button and add our custom lightning type we have created. So let's select our component type, which is lightning type. The name of our component type is a lightning type. I am selecting the lightning type and see like what it returns to us. So it is giving us two things: flight filter and then flight response, which we have created. We can package this individually. Also, as we have used in the agent actions, I'm adding a find flights, which is our agent actions. After I add that actions, you see like there are like bunch of more things appeared there. Flight agent, there's an Apex class also which we are using for that Apex action, and also the custom lightning type we have used for input and output, both are appeared here. And the custom lightning types are using LWC component, those are also automatically spider. We can upload this and we can deploy it in other org also. And similarly, you can do it by 2GP, but with the 2GP, it will not be auto spider. So whatever like you want to add it in your package, you have to manually add it. Now there is a page called lightning setup page. We can just search for the lightning in the setup UI, and then you can see like there is a tab called lightning types. If you go to the lightning type, all the out of the box and custom lightning types are is in read mode there. For now it is in the read mode, but the boolean, date time string, those are out of the box type. And also the types we have created, my flight response, and then there is a flight filter. Those are the custom types we have created is now displayed here. It's in read mode. But then in a couple of releases, for the next release, we will get an option here to create a custom lightning type from UI itself, and you will be able to create and deploy from here itself. Over to you, Shreya, for next.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Ravi, for this amazing demo. So we have already talked about what we are delivering till GA. I have a few quick questions before I talk about what's coming up in winter 2026. How many of you work with ISVs or partners of Salesforce here? Can we have a quick show of hands? Awesome. I would love to interact with you guys. I am sure that this is very interesting for you. I would love to get your feedback on a lot of things, talk in detail about this feature with you guys. Okay, and how many of you are developers in here? Wow. We have a lot of developers in here. Amazing. And how many of you are admins in here? Awesome. So we have features coming in for all of you. The first one is a metadata management through setup UI. What that means is if you're an admin and if you don't want to go to your developer console to use our feature, all of this is coming in your setup UI. Of course, being admins, you are much bigger experts in the setup than me. So we are going to showcase some of the features that are coming up. We would love your feedback on those features as well. We just want to make sure it's the most useful to you. The next one is for the developers in the crowd. This is prompt-based CLT. We are integrating with A4D in winter 2026. And this is where you would be able to just write your prompts and your CLT will be generated. You don't need to learn JSON to use our metadata end to end. If you have some basic knowledge, you'll pretty much be able to do all of what we showed to you. And then the last one is primitive overrides. So everything that we showed to you till now was on custom apexes. It was on custom apexes because that's how Agentforce defines complex inputs and outputs today. If you have a complex input, more than one fields clubbed together, it has to be defined as an apex today. But primitive overrides is another very important use case where people want to create things like email ID or SSN, or they want to have toggle buttons for a Boolean, those kind of things, right? So the next what is coming up from us is primitive overrides. And Ravi actually has a very cool demo of prompt-based CLT. So why we are investing in this feature is because all of us were sitting together and we were grounding LLMs in very basic data, all public data that we have. And LLMs literally could do all of the work very, very easily in a matter of a few minutes. So we realized this is such a simple thing to just remove that adoption barrier for us. And therefore we are integrating it with A4D. But Ravi today will show you some of the things that we just did with a random LLM today.
Let's see how to create a custom lighting type with the help of GPT. I'm using ChatGPT here, but you can use any provider's GPT and it will be available in the A4D also. So I have an Apex class called find hotels, so which takes a couple of attributes as an input and then it returns a list of available hotels. I have some hard-coded data there, but assume it will be calling service layer and then we'll get the data. These are the actions I have created on top of that particular Apex class, and it is available hotels is the one is getting returned. So let's give an utterance called find hotels here and then give all the details which it is asking, check-in date, checkout date, CT, and then packs, and then submit it. Let's submit and see like what it returns to us. It's taking a few seconds. Yeah, it has written the list of available hotels which has some information, but again it is not readable. Let's go to the Apex class and see what we are planning to return from the Apex class. Yeah, in the Apex class, I can see there is a star of the hotel. Let's go back to the response and see. Yeah, looks like a 5-star and 4-star. This is a star of the hotel, and there are a couple of more details like address, rooms of the hotel. So I can see I am able to understand now what information it has written, but this is not user friendly. So we have a document, a public document for custom lighting type. I have downloaded this document. We'll give this document to GPT and ask GPT to read this document first, and then we'll play with the GPT to create our custom lighting type for our use case. So let's give this document to GPT now and ask it to read it. Yeah, it's read it, I think. Yeah, let's see first of all the Apex classes we are using. These are the Apex classes which has available hotels. Now let's ask GPT. I have an agent actions which is giving me list of available hotels, but the user interface is not good. So, and then give GPT what are the written Apex classes, what are the Apex classes we have written for the output. So I'm going to give the output of my action is at that Apex class type available hotels. Will give that, and also I'll give copy paste the Apex classes which I have used for to give this output. You can give the written data, the data which agent is giving, you can give that also, that is also possible. So let's copy paste that and then now ask GPT to create a custom lightning type with a custom LWC component returning pointing to at that Apex class type available hotels, and then ask to beautify it with the help of a better HTML and then LWC component. Yeah, let's submit it now and then let's see what it returns to us. Yeah, it has written the custom lightning type to us, which is hotel response is the name of the type, and then it has a schema.json, render.json. Schema is pointing to available hotels, and it has a LWC component also. There's a JS meta and then HTML, and then I see the JS meta file also here. So let's before going further, let's ask GPT to provide this in the zip format, which we can use to deploy via Workbench metadata API. Let's see like it is giving us the zip file, the correct zip file to us or not. It is analyzing. It probably take a couple of seconds. Yeah, it is there. Before downloading, let's first ask like what is the package.xml GPT has created. Let's see that package.xml file also. So in the package.xml file, I can see the two metadatas, which is lightning component bundle for LWC and lightning type bundle, which for CLT. Let's download this zip file. Let's go and check the structure of those components. So I see LWC and lightning types here. Lightning types, I see the schema.json, render.json file, and it has a meta.xml in the hotel details, which is the LWC component. Here we have a target called Agentforce output. Now let's open a Workbench, which is a tool to deploy for a metadata. Let's choose the file which we got it from the GPT. Let's see when we deploy what it does. Oh, looks like it fails. Let's see what is the failure message there. I see the lightning type bundle is fail. Also, lightning component bundle is also fail. Looks like some JS issue, some logical issue in the JS. Let's copy paste this. Ask GPT to clear this, to work on this and give us an updated one. Let's see if GPT is able to fix this issue and then provide us a next file. Yeah, looks like it has failed. It has resolved the issue. Let's ask the new zip file. It is analyzing. Yeah, it has given. Let's download this file, and again we'll use the same tool, Workbench tool, to deploy this particular zip. Let's use the file we got it from GPT. It is succeeded. Let's see what component has succeeded. Lightning type bundle is the CLT, and lightning component bundle is the LWC component. I can see HTML, JS, and a meta file. Let's go to the agent page, refresh the page now, and see if anything is appearing in the output rendering. I can see hotel response is the custom lightning type we have created with the help of GPT. I'll select that custom lightning type. I'll save it, and I'll refresh the agent builder page. And let's give the same utterance which we gave previously. Find hotels. Yeah, it is asking couple of inputs to us, which is check-in date, check-out date, city, and packs. Let's submit it. Now you see the response here. The response we got it is from our custom LWC component, which we have created with the help of GPT. And you can use any GPT. I just use a custom. I just use a Chat GPT, but you can use any other GPT, and it will come in a FOD also in couple of releases.
So why we wanted to show this to you is if you want to start using it from right now, you don't need to wait for us to integrate with A4D. This level of grounding is good enough, but we are going to launch a much better product by winter 2026 for you guys to use this. And moving on. So we also have a setup UI coming for all the admins in the audience, like I said. So this is what is already there in summer 2025. What we are launching in winter 26 is this ability to create new custom lightning types. So you can just create this new custom lightning type, put the label, put the API name, click on next. Now these are different types of lightning types that you can create. Today you can create Apex types. Going forward in the winter, primitive types is coming in, and then record types and object types will follow. Now suppose you were to select the primitive type. You can select whichever primitive type you want from here. But just because Apex is our GA right now, let me go ahead and actually select an Apex class from here. Once I select this Apex class, I can go ahead and create this. And your schema is already created. Your metadata now for the schema exists. It's going to be a flight response. So I'll go to UI configuration, go to renderer because it's going to be an output response. I'll see, yes, this is exactly what I saw on my Agentforce panel, which I wanted to override. So I go ahead and select a new component. And this is where I do attribute mapping. So people can be really creative when they are writing their name of their attributes. Something can be called a price in your component, but in your Apex class, it's called a cost. Something is called a discount here and it's a discount percentage here, and it's just called a discount there. So you make these attribute mappings from here and save. At this point, you can already preview this. This is how it's going to look in your Agentforce panel. You can also see that the list view also gets updated on its own because now this component is available. And you can just go ahead and save it. That's all you have to do to try out your custom lightning types after this setup UI is present. And this is a developer guide that Ravi loaded to the LLM. Please download it if you're interested in the feature. Please read it and please reach out to me. You can reach out to me. You can have your PAMs reach out to me, and I would be more than happy to enable this feature for you guys. And with that, thank you so much. It was amazing. You've been a very amazing audience. Hope you find the session useful.